Very pleased to welcome in studio for a legislative update, First Barnstable State Representative Tim Whelan. Tim, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure is, again, always mine. I sound like a broken record. Every time I come in here, I say the same thing. Geez, it's a pleasure to come in and see you, Sarah, and talk to your audience. But I mean it every single time.
Well, and it's a pleasure to have you here in studio with us. We appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedule to come out here.
Busy it is, but this is great. I love doing this.
As a former state police officer, you know how much training is required, prior to joining the force, and then ongoing training, and of course something that can't be accomplished without a good amount of money, which is always a difficult thing to find. Right. But you're telling me that something is in place to kind of help municipal police officers get the training that they need.
So the Massachusetts Chiefs of Police Association, they've been fighting for close to 30 years to get a steady, guaranteed stream of funding to fund municipal police training. By municipal police training, we're talking about to help with the expenses for the municipalities for initial training, basic training for police officers entering the field, 6 months of an academy training, as well as for ongoing training, in-service training, improvised skills training like advanced investigation courses, sexual assault investigation courses, forensic sciences, and the like. Courtroom testimony, read interview interrogation techniques and the like. That takes money. And for years we've been underfunding it. The Mass Police Training Council, the MPTC, has been relying on a line item for, they've been relying on the legislature to provide them with $3, $4, $5 million of funding per year. So what the police chief saw was that the fire service, rightly so, they have a dedicated stream of funding. Every homeowner insurance policy in the Commonwealth has a $1 surcharge placed on it. That $1 surcharge goes to fund fire training in the Commonwealth. So we have a beautiful, the Division of Fire Services has a beautiful fire training academy up in Stowe, and we now have gotten the Division of Fire Services to the point where they're helping to subsidize training in a lot of the regional academies, such as the Barnstable County Regional Fire Training Academy. So we wanted to give to our local police officers, municipal police officers, access to the same thing that the fire service already has, and mission accomplished here. What we just passed a bill. It was within the past 2 weeks, and what it did was, it's on the House side, it's now gone over to the Senate side. It will enable funding to come for municipal police training from a new $2 assessment on every rental vehicle contract that's executed in the Commonwealth. Now, that's not $2 per day, that's $2 per contract, as long as the term of the contract, I believe, is longer than 12 or 14 hours.
Sure.
So if you have someone that comes and they rent a car, they come in from the Netherlands, they fly into Boston, they're here for a week to tour and do a little bit of business, and then they fly back, they spend $381 to rent a car. Well, there'll be a $2 surcharge on that, it'll now be $383. And our dear friend in that case from the Netherlands has helped to provide funding for training for our police officers. It's long overdue. We demand so much of our police officers in today's day and age, particularly now we're entering a time where we're asking them to wear body cameras. Everybody has a cell phone with a camera in it, and police officers are being harshly judged based upon their actions they have to make in life-threatening, dangerous, split-second situations. We have a responsibility and an obligation not only to our citizens to provide our officers with the best training available so they can best do their job and do it in a way that's righteous and constitutionally correct, but also to give our officers the training. We have to be fair to them. We have to give them the training that they deserve to improve their life safety and to help them keep from falling into the glue, so to speak. And I'm just glad that we've finally come through on this long-standing, important, but very basic measure that the chiefs have been looking for. And I hope that this is the first of many accomplishments we can make to improve the safety and protect our police officers and improve their skill set.
Sure. So is this in place now?
So it's passed the House, it's gone on to the Senate, and it has like 3 different avenues it's come from. So Senator Sear included it, and it passed, and it was in a supplemental budget. It got pulled out by the conference committee from that supplemental budget and filed separately as a bill. While we were debating this, myself and Representative Paul Tucker, we went in with Representative Brad Jones. We spoke directly to Speaker DeLeo. We spoke to Majority Leader Mariano, And Speaker DeLeo said to me, because I told him, I said, I have to go home to Cape Cod. I have to tell my police chief, in this case it was Chief Frederickson, who was a very vocal advocate for this. I have to tell him something. Speaker DeLeo knows Chief Frederickson well. Speaker DeLeo took time out of his schedule to come down and join us for the services that we had to go through back in April. God bless Sergeant Gannon. And Speaker DeLeo had said to me, he says, Timmy, he says, you can go and you can tell him that you have my word that we'll get something done. And the Speaker followed through. He deserves all the credit in the world. So we've got it through on the House side. Now we kicked it over to the Senate side. And I anticipate that there will be little to no resistance over there at all.